Hey everybody, it's Frankie. I'm just here for your demo video for tomorrow's warm-up and body armor. Tomorrow is April 22nd. It's also Earth Day, so get outside. Maybe do this one outside. This would be a perfect one to do outside if it's not like raining or something. But anyways, your workout that you're going to be doing for tomorrow is has some dumbbell DT in it. So if you're familiar with the WOD DT, it's a variation of DT that uses a dumbbell, which is really cool. And it's just a little bit of a different way to do it. And then there's some other movements in there mixed in with it too. So your warm-up is going to be very focused on getting your one side of your body, or oh my gosh, words, unilateral, fancy word, that's for one side of your body, unilateral movements all warmed up. So for your warm-up, it's pretty straightforward. 1 minute of an exercise and then 40 seconds of another one. That 40-second exercise is always going to be your unilateral movement. So you'll do 20 seconds of each side. All right, so your first movement is your 1 minute of active Spiderman. So demoing that real quick. We're all pretty familiar with it, but what you're going to do is step back. So one of your feet goes back here. If you want to add a little bit of a push-up there, and then rotate towards the leg that's forward, and then back down, come back up, and switch sides. So then you're rotating towards the other side. Really take your time in this one. Push your hips down. Warm up pretty much every inch of your body. So that's for 1 minute. Your next one is a single dumbbell deadlift. For this one, what I really want you to think about doing is keeping your core stable. So what you don't want to do is shift side to side. You want your entire torso to be upright the whole time. So my dumbbell is by my foot here. I'm going to hinge, picking it up there, and then as I come down, trying to make sure that I do not let my body hinge to the side. So you're trying to keep your body as upright as possible. Take your time. You can let one head of your dumbbell hit the ground and then come back up. You'll do 20 seconds on one side and then simply switch. See, that was a bad one. Watch. That's better. There you go. And then switch to the other side. So 20 seconds each side for those. Core tight, back flat. Try not to hinge side to side. Your next move is 1 minute of frog hop. So frog hop is basically a burpee without the push-up and then without the jump at the top. So I'll demonstrate one of those. One frog hop would be squat. So you're squatting down, hands out, kick your feet out, or hands down, kick your feet out, in, and then up. So I'll do a couple of them in a row here. These are all frog hops. So it's basically like a burpee minus a couple of things. Warming up for that movement. 1 minute of those. 40 seconds, so 20 seconds each side again, of single dumbbell Russian swings. So these are possibly a little weird, but basically you think about a kettlebell swing, it's the same idea. But you're just gonna hold one end of the dumbbell instead. So I've kind of got one bell in my hands here. You gotta find a good position where you can hold on to it. A lot of times if you kind of like cup it like that, that'll work really well. All you're going to do, so Russian means it only goes up to parallel. So you're going to hinge at your hips, explode through your hips, and swing the dumbbell up. You can kind of find a good, there you go, like that grip's better for me. Make sure you're keeping your chest up the entire time. Make sure that your virtual coach can read the writing on your shirt. Make sure your chest is up while you do those. Warming up your hips, really thinking about exploding through the hips, not so much swinging. Then you've got 1 minute of mountain climbers. So, mountain climber, getting into a plank position. There we go. Mountain climber getting into a plank position here. You're going to bring your knee in and switch like so. Really squeezing your core here and trying to bring your knees in. Try not to pike your hips up and do one of these. That's not doing your core as much of a service. You want to keep your hips low as you can while still making room for your knees. So a minute of mountain climbers and then 40 seconds of single dumbbell push press on each side. So push press meaning, well, single dumbbell first of all, meaning one dumbbell. Push press, meaning you bend your knees slightly, explode, and then you lock out at the top. And then repeat. Make sure you don't re-dip your knees, but make sure you are giving yourself a little bit of that leg drive. So 20 seconds there, 20 seconds, other side here, and etc., etc. So there's your warm-up for your workout. Again, working on that unilateral coordination, making your body get used to doing things on one side, and you really thinking about your core stability as you do that. So now here's your body armor. This one's a little interesting. So I'm very fascinated with what CompTrain has come up with for these because they're really cool. Here's this one. You have 3 giant sets of 2 moves. But again, they're unilateral, so it's one side at a time. So your first one is 30 seconds of a dumbbell bent over row hold. So this one, what you can do is if you have a bench or something to support yourself, you can use that. If you don't, or you're like, I don't know, there's not a really good place to do this, you don't need one necessarily. And I don't have one easily accessible to me right now, so I'll show you without. But you're gonna grab your dumbbell. If you had a bench, you could totally support yourself here, but I don't. So now all I'm gonna do is hinge my hips back until I'm about in this position where my dumbbell can be right in front of me. Then all I'm going to do right there, you can put your other hand wherever you'd like to, since it's a single object, but you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other, trying to make sure you're not hunching your shoulders up, but you're thinking your shoulders back. Squeeze here and hold, and that's it for 30 seconds. But I'm telling you right now, this is a 15-pound dumbbell, which is not necessarily heavy for me. I can feel it. So 30 seconds on that, then switch to the other side. Again, squeeze, pull back, keep your back flat, hold here. If you want a little bit more stability too, it sometimes helps to come into this like staggered stance, or actually I think, there you go, that makes a little bit more sense. Woo! Stability as I fall over. And that might help you a little bit too if you don't have something to support your weight. So 30 seconds each side, easy. Now you've got 30 seconds of a single dumbbell overhead hold. So same idea, you're just holding. It's an isometric hold. So all you're doing, it's like you just came to the top of a push press or a strict press, and you're holding here. What I want you to think about for this one though is engaging your shoulders, actively pushing up against that weight. And that's gonna make a difference. 30 seconds there, and then switch sides. Again, active shoulders, thinking about pushing the dumbbell away from you, into the ceiling, into the sky if you're doing this outside, whatever you're doing. 30 seconds on that side. Then you have a minute of rest, and you do that 2 more times. Different way to train your muscles for sure. Really helping with stability in your shoulders, and then really activating your lats and all of those muscles too. So there's your body armor. Hope you have a good time with this workout tomorrow. Get outside if you can. Like I said, if it's raining, I get it, but it's Earth Day tomorrow, so celebrate by getting outside. And I hope you all have a good night. And as always, miss you. Hope to see you soon. Bye.